Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another real estate investing podcast with Tarek. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds here to get on today's training, but super excited. I wasn't on last week because, as you guys know, I just had a baby. So that's baby number three, believe it or not. So I'm officially a father of three, and the little man's doing fantastic. He's getting ready to become a future real estate investor. So we're really excited to have him here. But yeah, today we're going to talk about building your brand and kind of what it takes to start creating a brand in the real estate space. And I mean, in any business today, like you have to have a brand. And when I talk about a brand, I'm talking about a website, I'm talking about a logo, I'm talking about color schemes, I'm talking about social media, and then within social media, we're talking about Instagram, we're talking about Facebook, we're talking about Twitter, we're talking about TikTok, and it's all about just putting yourself out there. And let me explain something that's also very important because I know a lot of you, you guys are newer to real estate investing, and maybe you don't even know much about real estate investing at all, but this is a passion of yours and this is something you want to do. You still need these things. So let me explain. If you've never done a deal, I still want you to have a real estate investing website. And if you've never done a deal, it doesn't matter. Here's why. Every single seller that you're going to be talking to, they're going to look you up, right? They're going to look you up on social media. They're going to look you up on your website. They're going to study you. They're going to read about you. So here's the thing, like even if you've never done a real estate transaction, you need to have a real estate website. And on that website, tell the audience your story, why you're a real estate investor, what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about helping families? Are you passionate about designing homes and fixing houses that need help? And really share your story so when people check you out, they have an idea of who you are. So let's talk about that really quick. So some of the things you're going to need, like I said, is website and then social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, those things right there. And a website name, come up with, and listen, we don't want to spend months on this stuff, by the way. Like all of this stuff should be done within days. And just so everybody knows, if this is something you guys want help with, within Homeschool, we have a done for you product where we actually help build your website, your logo, your brand, everything. So if that's something that interests you, we can review some of that information on a free strategy session. And if you guys are interested in that, there's a link right here in the chat. But so let's talk about the brand really quick. So on the website, my website is Tarek Buys Houses. Like I'm Tarek El Musa. So you could use your name, you could use a family name. So don't overthink it. You just got to get started. So get that company name, get that brand name, get that website, and use the same thing across social media. So all of my social media handles are Tarek El Musa or the real Tarek El Musa. And my website is tarekbuyshouses.com. So you always want to just be posting and engaging and interacting. And here's an example of like you don't know what to post on social media because you haven't done any deals. It doesn't matter. Like you can come on this training today, take a video and then post it. Hey, training on real estate investing with Tarek El Musa from HGTV. Like that is a good post right there. And then also on your website, share your story. You're a big fan of real estate investing and you're actually getting on weekly trainings with Tarek El Musa, who's done almost 1,000 homes over the last 10 years on TV. So these are the stories you guys want to be telling people. So website, logo, social media. And if you guys need ideas of what to post, look at what other investors are posting. So go online, do a little bit of research. And when we're real estate investors, you know what we are? We're detectives. Like our full-time job is figuring out how to get things done and looking for clues, right? So you always want to look and you always want to research, you always want to study. And my favorite thing I like to do is emulate and enhance. Well, what does emulate and enhance mean? Well, it means do something similar to what someone else is doing, but enhance it, make it better. So it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about finding someone that's done something already and mimicking what they've done and then trying to do it better. So look at all my websites, look at all my social media, and then recreate a lot of the stuff I do and then share that with your audience. So it's really important to get that voice out there that you're a real estate investor. And the only way you're going to get that voice is through consistent posting, consistent action, and hitting all of the different platforms. And you should be posting once a day. I mean, you can literally go walk a fixer-upper in your neighborhood, take a little video and post, hey, walk-in properties. If you know anyone looking to sell, shoot me a message. It's just all about getting out there. And again, within Homeschooled, we have a done for you product where we build your website, we create your logo, we help you with your social media, we set you up with campaigns. So again, if that's something that interests you, you guys can book the free strategy session. I'm talking a lot and I'm talking fast. So let me go ahead and look in the comments real quick to see if we have any questions so far. And good morning to everybody as well. And yes, thank you. We're just so excited for the little man. The delivery did go well, so we had a good experience, luckily. So any questions, guys? Here's Laura. When you first started out, the questions are coming in. When you first started out, how did you come up with a budget for the project? Great question, Laura. So when I started flipping houses, I didn't know anything about construction, like nothing. So you have to learn. So what I did is, okay, so here's what I would really like to do. Step one, find a contractor. Find a friend that's a contractor, or just find a contractor. And this is what I want you to do, okay? Once you build a relationship with the contractor, and you don't even need to know this person. So what you want to do is send all the pictures of the house that you're looking to buy. And then send all the pictures of a comparable house in the neighborhood that's recently been sold at a high price that was remodeled. And then ask the contractor, how much is it going to take to make my house look like that house? And ask for a ballpark number. They might say 100, they might say 120. It's not going to be exact, but it doesn't matter as long as it's close enough. Because if you're within $10,000 or $20,000 and within your numbers you have an estimated profit of 80,000, you still have room there. Okay, so that's one thing. You want to get a verbal estimate from a contractor, and then go get an actual bid on a property. So go get a property locked up, get a bid, and then once you get that bid, you can start studying what things cost. And what you want to do is get multiple bids. So when I started on my first couple projects, I would get multiple bids from different contractors, and that's how I started learning. Well, this guy's charging X per foot for tile. This guy's charging Y per foot for tile. Why is this guy more? This person's charging, $1.60 a foot for paint. This guy's charging $2.40 for paint. Well, why is he so much more? So you start learning through action. And that's why I'm a big believer of just getting started. And you guys, like I always say, this is not rocket science, man. Like if you spend 90% of your time looking for deals, you're gonna find deals. And let me just tell you how it works over at Homeschool. Let's just say you want to become a real estate investor. You don't know how to analyze deals. You don't know how to come up with rehab budgets. Like you just don't know how to do it yet. Well, with Homeschooled, if you go out there, you do exactly what we tell you to do, and you start generating leads. And if you get a property that's a good buy, you can actually bring that to us on Thursday Deal Review with Tarek Buys Houses. We're going to look at the comparables with you. We're going to look at the ARV with you. We're going to look at how much repair the property needs. And we're going to help you get the information to make sure that it's a solid buy. So it's a second and third set of eyes on your property. So like if you want a second opinion on these flips, we're here for you every Thursday night within the Homeschooled community. So if that sounds interesting, you should book that strategy session. Okay, let me look at some more comments here. All right, we got a lot of questions today, guys. You guys missed me last week, huh? I'm so sad I never get to talk to anybody. That's the fun thing about Homeschool, by the way. We get to talk to each other. With Facebook, it's just me talking. Okay, Laura answered your question. So get bids and compare them. Maria, how did you budget for the first flip? That's a very good question. I asked people what they thought it would cost, and some people said 10,000, some people said 20,000, some people said 30,000. And, I figured it would be somewhere in the 15 to 20 range. My very first flip was a condo, and I think the entire remodel cost about $17,000. But I mean, I did the painting, I negotiated with all the subs. I drove to Sears Outlet and picked up the appliances and put them in the back of my Honda. So like I did everything possible to cut costs. Where if I would have just hired a general contractor, it probably would have cost me, I don't know, maybe 25,000. But here's the thing, on that very first flip, I saved money by doing a lot of the work myself. But what I lost was time. So when that first flip was done, guess what I didn't have? Well, I didn't have any other flips. So after the very first property I flipped, I decided I'm not working on houses anymore. I'm working on the business, because if I'm not working on the business, I'm not going to have houses to remodel. So very early on, I learned to delegate the construction so I can focus on finding deals. And that's where the money is made, in finding the deals. All right, let's get to some more questions here. Debbie, how do you get the assignment contract? Within Homeschooled, we have an entire student center with all the different contracts you can think of. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely book your free strategy session and see how we can get you those contracts. Chef Mahogany, a project worth millions, but I don't have money to get started. I'm not quite sure what that means, but if you have any potential deals, you guys could actually email Adam at tarekbuyshouses.com. And we'd be happy to look at those deals and possibly partner with you. Okay. All right, let me get to some more questions here. These questions are moving too fast. Maria, should we walk the house with a contractor before purchasing the flipper home? No. The very first thing you want to do is get an accepted contract. And here's why. As a buyer, when you go into a transaction, you have what's called contingencies. So if you go into escrow and then 3 days in you realize, well, you made a mistake, you can actually back out and keep your deposit. Okay, so the goal is to get that contract signed, which means you have the house, which means nobody can take it from you. And then once you have that house, that's when the research starts. That's when you get the bids. That's when you meet with the contractor. And if it turns out you were way off on your numbers, well, you just cancel the deal and you walk away. No harm, no foul. And it's all about how you structure your contract going into it. So make sure you structure the contract right. So have your contingencies in place. Danielle, I'm so excited. I'll be taking your classes. Can't wait. Oh, that's awesome, Danielle. Me too. Me too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Every Wednesday night, we have a lot of fun. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours live with me. And then Thursday, we do the deal review with Tarek Buys Houses. And then on the weekends, once a month, we have awesome boot camps with all of the homeschooled coaches. And then, of course, when you join the program, we have one-on-one coaching too. It comes with 6 calls. So that really kickstarts your career. So it's really exciting. And I'm here for you every single day. So let's make this happen. Do you involve realtors in the wholesaling, or is it all off market? Yes, so we do wholesale deals with real estate agents and without real estate agents. And typically when it comes to wholesaling, you do not need a real estate license in most states around our country. In some states, like Illinois, for example, in that area, you need to have a real estate license in order to wholesale. So if you're looking to wholesale, and if you're wondering if you need a real estate license or not, go on Google and just, do I need a real estate license to wholesale houses in X state? And that information should come up for you. Taylor, you're a divine inspiration. Oh, thank you very much. That's very appreciated. Thank you so much. Alicia, I have 2 potential flips, El Sereno and Los Angeles. All right, Alicia, let's take those down. Let's make sure we look at our numbers. Let's run those numbers. Let's be accurate on our math, and let's make it happen if they're good deals, okay? So great job acquiring those. Josh, how did you build your buyers list? Really simple. I mean, the investors are all over the internet. So it's just wherever. I'll give you an example. If I'm looking to find buyers in Anaheim, California, well, I'm going to go on Zillow or Realtor.com or Redfin, and I'm going to look at every single house in Anaheim that sold the last 6 months, okay? And I'm going to look through all the pictures and descriptions, and through that, you can identify which ones are flip properties. And the ones that look like flip properties, well, you check the tax records, you figure out who owned those properties, then you skip trace the record and get the phone number, and then you call them. Hey, Bob, I noticed that you flipped 123 Main Street about 2 months ago. I have an incredible deal at 127 Main Street. Are you interested in buying it? Well, Bob's a fix and flip investor, and he's looking for houses, so a lot of times he's going to say yes. Brittany, how do you build a good team to do the remodeling? I'm not handy, and I'm worried about sketchy contractors. Those are valid concerns. I'm not handy at all. And I'm still worried about sketchy contractors, and that's just the cost of doing business, right? when you're out there, we're all going to have roadblocks. We're all going to have rough experiences, and it's okay. It's all about doing the homework, doing the research. So, Brittany, if I were you, I would do research and I would find contractors that specialize in working with investors. So you can go on the internet, you can Google that, you can call property management companies, you can go on the MLS, talk to real estate agents, look up flip houses, call the agent, say, hey, I want to remodel my kitchen. I noticed that you sold 127 Main Street. Could you give me that contractor's name and number? So it's about doing research. It's about thinking like a detective. It's always looking for answers. And the question is, you ask yourself all the time, who has this answer? That's the question. Who has this answer? Because you don't need to know everything about everything. You need to know someone that knows everything about what you're trying to know. Meaning, you don't have to know anything about construction, but you need to hire someone that's a construction expert. Okay. What is the partnering criteria on wholesale deals? Well, pretty much if someone brings in a wholesale deal to us over at Tarek Buys Houses, we'll help you with that deal. We'll wholesale that deal, and then we split it 50-50 with you. And we connect you with our buyer network, and we walk you through the process. Do you have any experience knowledge with reverse mortgages on a property you're wanting? No, not off the top of my head, but I mean, a reverse mortgage is still going to have a payout. So as long as, there's equity, that should be no problem selling. Zach, can you help with wholesaling? I mean, we help a ton with wholesaling. So within homeschool community, like we teach you how to wholesale step by step. And that's why it's so incredible. On top of all the trainings with me, you get a one-on-one coach. And those one-on-one calls are so valuable because you're on the phone with someone that's a real estate investor. You're on the phone with someone that has experience doing what you want to do. And that's why those one-on-one coaching calls are just so valuable. Okay, Alicia, as a homeschooled student. All right, Alicia, I am following all videos for tips and knowledge. I am still looking for the next deal and don't understand the contingency portion other than an inspection period. Okay, so let's talk about that really quick. So in a real estate transaction, there are something called contingencies, okay? And let me give you an example. Like in California, the standard contingency time frame for inspection is 17 days. So what does that mean? That means as a buyer, you have 17 days to inspect that property. If you find something you don't like, you back out of that transaction, you get your deposit back, and you haven't lost any money. Now, if 17 days comes and you want to buy the house, the seller or the listing agent is going to send you a notice to perform, removing your inspection contingency. Once you sign that form removing your contingency, then if you decide to back out, you would lose your deposit. That's why it's very important to get all your inspections done within your contingency period. So let's talk about different contingencies. And by the way, these are negotiable with the seller or the agent going into a real estate transaction. So a normal contingency would be an inspection contingency, an appraisal contingency, a loan contingency. And also don't forget, within a real estate transaction, there's disclosures that sellers are going to have to do typically. And they send over the disclosures, and if you read the disclosure and you realize, oh no, there's a huge foundation problem, or oh, maybe someone passed in the house last week, well, that's very valid information, right? So that's going to affect the value. So you would probably many times renegotiate the price or back out of that transaction. So I know we started off at marketing and branding. I don't know, we got back to real estate training. So whatever you guys want, I'm here for you. Alicia, if I find a property that is listed, how can I sell it to realtor wholesale? Well, you wouldn't be selling it to a realtor. You would be selling that to a third-party buyer. And within Homeschooled, we did an awesome training about wholesaling. So check that out in your training. And then also next Wednesday, guys, this is going to be so much fun for my homeschooled students. We have Jamil Damji coming on to give a training on wholesaling. And if you guys don't know Jamil, he's actually the #1 wholesaler in the country. So He's going to give some fire information to our students to get out there and really start wholesaling deals. And I'm a big fan of wholesaling, building your capital base. But again, the goal is real estate investing. The goal is owning dirt. The goal is owning structures, right? No one's ever been on the cover of Forbes magazine for wholesaling houses. The way to build wealth is by owning the dirt we're sitting on or standing on. That's the way we build wealth. Maria, my husband and I start homeschooling this Monday. All right, Maria, so happy to have you. We're gonna have so much fun. And then also we got a live event coming up. I'm announcing soon. Best Valentine gift we gave each other. Oh, that is so special. Thank you so much. And I'm telling you, you're gonna have so much fun. In homeschooled, we're a community. We're a support group. We're all friends. We help each other. We motivate each other. And it's just incredible to see the relationships blossom out of this community that we've built. And it's just such a wonderful experience. So I'm really excited to be working with you. Okay. Congrats on the newest El Musa. Thank you very much. All right, so this is Tammy. I have a contractor that wants to buy the house he's fixing. I'm afraid he won't be able to make the payment. I want to help him, but I'm worried. Okay. So listen, I've been through a lot of my life. I've been public divorce, multiple cancers, I've found big success. I've lost everything. And here's something that's important, Tammy. And remember I told you this. You got to take care of yourself first, and you got to take care of your family first, okay? So every decision you make has to be around what's going to help you and your family. So you never want to put yourself in a situation where you're at risk or your family's at risk when you're trying to help someone else, okay? It's time to help someone else once you've already helped yourself. Now, Tammy, if you tell me you're making a ton of money, you're a successful real estate investor, you own a lot of properties, then maybe this is a gift you want to help someone with. But if you're not in that financial situation, you got to take care of yourself first. So if this contractor wants the house, sell it to them, but make them go get their own loan. All right, all right. Uh-oh, my questions moved on me. Sorry, everybody. Ali, do you think it's better to get a mortgage on a property or get investors and be able to pay cash? Uh, you know, either one, whatever you can get to first. Okay, so if you can get a loan first, go get a loan. If you can get cash from investors first, go get cash from investors. So me, I do both. I get hard money loans, and I use my own money and private money as the down payment. So it's all about leveraging so you can do more transactions. Okay. Alicia Ochoa, if I find a flip, offer more than listed, as a wholesaler, how do I sell to an investor? Well, no, you're not. It has to be a good deal. Okay, so that's the thing. I mean, if you offer more than it's listed, well, it better be listed way under market. The only way you can wholesale a house is if you get a good deal. So if a house is listed at 200,000, a good deal might be 140, and you can wholesale it for 160. But if a house is listed at 200 and you're planning on offering 210, you're just not going to be able to get rid of it. So that's why it's very important that we understand the math when we're writing these offers. Okay. We had a lot of you on today. Look at all these questions. I'm out of breath. Oh, Sergio, me and my partner acquired a 5-unit trailer park. It came with 1.2 acres. We are able to add about 10 to 14 units. The cost will be roughly 700,000. Should we spend our time adding the units or look for a different deal multifamily? Well, that's a lot more information would need to go into that. But let me talk about this. So, if you were to build, let's just call it 12 units, and each unit was 1,000 square feet, that's 12,000 square feet of building. You're not going to build that for anywhere near $700,000. You're looking at $2 million plus. So you got to figure if you're looking to build at a minimum, I would think like if you were able to save really good money, I mean, the cheapest out of state, not in California, you're probably looking at a 150 to $160 a foot. So that 700,000 number seems quite off to me. So make sure we know the math. Very important. Josh, excited for the new show. Me too. Don't forget Flipping El Moose's March 2nd. You guys, it's going to be so much fun. The show is so good. I had so much fun shooting it. Debbie, I've been eyeing 3 distressed homes in my area. How should I approach these homeowners? One, drive to their house, knock on the door with a big smile and say, "Hi, I'm Debbie. I live in the area. I'm looking to buy a rental property in the neighborhood. Do you have any interest in selling?" Ask the question. If nobody's home, write a note, leave it at the door, and keep going back until you get an answer on all 3. Renee, yes, there is. And if you want more information, you can go ahead and book your free strategy session, and they'll cover all of that in detail. Okay. Okay, Zach Dreyer, back to branding. What do you recommend on how many posts to do on social media daily, weekly, brand new, and no deals yet? I think the goal is 1 post a day. So, and you better be doing real estate activities every day. So, today, if you're reading a book about real estate investing, take a picture of your book, post it, and write something you learned about real estate investing. If you're on a training with me, take a picture of this right now, post it on your social media, tag me, tag Homeschooled. If you're driving around neighborhoods looking for fixer-upper houses, take a video of the neighborhood and write "driving for dollars, looking for the next flip." You guys, it's just once a day putting stuff out there. Shayla, yes, it is. And that's the mindset it takes. You guys, I promise you, just commit to making this real estate business a part of your life. And don't expect it to take a week. Don't expect it to take a month. Don't expect it to take 6 months. Get mentally prepared to be doing this for the next 20 years. And if you get mentally prepared to be a real estate investor for the next 20 years, whether you like it or not, you're going to find more success than you ever thought possible. What are hard money loans charging now? You know, typically we're seeing between 8 and 12% interest on hard money loans. Shayla, biggest tip for social media, be authentic. Yes, and by the way, if you are uncomfortable talking to your phone and all that, that's normal. When I first started doing it, I was really uncomfortable. Okay, so it is what it is, but we get better as we practice. I mean, shoot, guys, the first Facebook Live I did with you, if you go back listen to audio recording, it's a lot different than today. Because today I've done a whole bunch of these with you guys. I'm comfortable, you know, so we just grow as people. We get better. And, you know, a big question we need to ask ourselves every single day is, what can I do to become better? And I'm not just talking about real estate investing. I'm talking about taking better care of our health, taking vitamins, going for walks, going to the gym, fixing our sleep patterns, you know, creating routines. Like, these are all the things we need to work on every day just to become better and better and better. And that's the goal. We want to be the best version of ourselves. Yeah, you guys are going to like the book I got coming out next year. It's a real good one. Nicole, what do you think is a fair ROI for investors? If you're raising private money, you know, I think 8% is very fair. 8%, no points. I like that. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, it's already 10 o'clock. We are out of time and I'm going to film. So, wow, this was a lot of fun. And we had a lot of you guys on today. So I just want to say thank you for joining me. I hope this information was valuable. And listen, like, I'm here for you guys. I'm not going anywhere. Your success is my top priority. And I've completely changed my life because of real estate. And you guys can do the same. So I'm always here for you anytime you need me. And I'll see you guys next week.